Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. I'm Chuck,
And I'm Hannah.
and we are
Gayaos!
Hannah. I can't even say woo today. I can't
Why?
because I'm retiring.
You're retiring what?
I'm
As
retiring
a gay?
myself.
As a gay
No,
person?
no, you can't retire as a gay. Well, no,
You can.
I'm retiring from coming out. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And I didn't even realize how tired I was until I started this new job and realized that I'm back in the same position. Because it's like, okay, new job, new people, and then eventually they're gonna be like, "Oh, so do you have a partner? Do you?" Well, they don't say partner. Do you have a husband? Do you have
Mm,
children? Da da da. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, so now we gotta have this conversation again.
it's
Like,
rough.
yeah, I feel like any of those because I'm sure we've all watched movies where you're like coming out
Yeah. And then it's
and
all like the rest of it's like everybody
easy.
knows. No.
Yeah,
Everybody still doesn't know.
exactly.
And then they
It's like,
forget. Like, well, they don't forget. Like my mom for a while because I would bring like friends who were dudes to like baseball games. Like if my mom got tickets, I would like,
mm,
"Hey, you want to go to a baseball game?" And then at like later, my mom would be like, "Oh, Josh is nice. Maybe you should go on a date." Mom, do you remember? I'm a lesbian. She's like, "Well, you never know." I'm like, clearly you don't know how this works.
it's the you never know. It's
You
the you
never
never
know.
know for me, okay?
What?
Okay.
Oh, I know.
But I think it's the thing is that you don't really realize because you think you have the movie version because you're like, "Okay, so I'm gay." You've accepted yourself. But then you have to talk to your family members. And in the family members, you have to figure out which family members you're going to tell because you know which family members are safe and which family members are not safe.
Yeah.
And then I think like the biggest one is telling the parent that you're close to. Like I told my mom, I didn't tell
Yeah.
my dad.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna say dad. I'm gonna say my father. So I told my mother. I didn't tell my father. And I knew instantly from when I decided or well, when I kind of accepted myself that the one person I definitely was not going to tell was my grandmother. Because as much as I loved this woman, me and her had a very complex relationship, and she was very religious and very homophobic.
Mhm.
And I still have this memory of her there's so I'm apparently not the only gay cousin.
Yeah.
And so one of, like, my distant cousins, he was born here, but he lives in Europe. And he was getting married, but he needed, I think, his birth certificate or something. And when my grandmother found out why he was getting his birth certificate, she was like, I would never send that to him. I would make it impossible for him to get married if
Damn.
I had a say in it." And I'm like,
But you don't.
"Okay." Yeah, and, the same and, like, I think that's why one of my other, cousins has been kind of quiet about himself. I'm just like, "I
Yeah.
gotcha. I understand." And for as much as I love my grandmother, I knew I couldn't tell her, like and it would be awkward because
Yeah.
we lived in the same house. She was my caretaker. No, she was my caretaker in the beginning, obviously, because I was a child. And then I became her caretaker towards the end of her life. So it was like, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I told my mom, and then she hit me with the that's it. I'm like, brother, brother.
Mine didn't go
And
that
then
way.
and then you tell your friends, and they're like, okay, cool. I'm like,
Like, oh,
yo, okay, yeah,
all right.
explain some stuff. Light
Cool.
stuff. Yeah.
Bruh.
Explains why you never wanted to go out with that guy I tried to set you up with.
I feel like I've only actually told, like, actually verbally said, "Hey, I'm gay," to, like, I don't know, maybe I've told on more people than I think, but, like, I told my mom was the first person. Well, one of my friends was the first person
Was
I
that
told.
Brittany?
Brittany, yeah,
Yeah.
because she was, like, my best friend at the time, and, I was just so tired of people thinking I liked men. Like, at that point, I was just like, "Ew, I don't even want people to think this." So I told her, and she's like, "Yeah, I knew." I was like, "Oh, okay. You could've." I wish people would just be like, "Hey, are you gay?" But they're not gonna fucking say that.
No, but if they ask you that, then it's like they're assuming
You're
that you
gay.
are, and then
I
you
would
wanna
love if
know
people just
and, like,
asked me.
okay, but then you want to know, like, what are you doing? What are you showing to signal that? I don't think I would want people to ask me, or I think, like, now I would want people to ask me or just naturally assume
But
it, so
not
I didn't have
before
to
you
say
were out.
anything, but not
Yeah.
before I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
before I was out, I would panic and I'd be like, "Okay, but what about me says I'm gay?" Because I had the full long hair. I wore as girly as of clothes as I felt comfortable wearing. I was trying to fit in, but obviously I was awkward. So if you
Yeah.
told me, "Hey, are you gay?" I'd be like clutching my straight white pearls.
You're straight white
Straight
pearls.
white pearls. Okay.
So when I first came out, obviously I told my friend first, and then she, like, encouraged me to tell my mom, and,
She
it
watched
was
a
the most
Lifetime movie.
awkward conversation I've ever had with my mother. But I was like, "Hey, what would you say if I like chicks?" That's what I said.
And what did you say?
She was like, "Well, I'm fine. I would be fine with that." And then I was like, "Okay, don't tell dad. I'm gonna have to figure out how to tell him." And then she fucking did. She
Yeah, I think
told
you've said that
she
before.
told my family. Like, I've told no one in my family except for my mom, but
Mhm.
everybody knows.
Yeah, of course, of
She
course.
told all of my family.
Yeah,
I don't know if my grandma knows though. Maybe
probably
my
not.
mom told her and she forgot about it. I
Listen, it depends. Like, does your mom like your grandma?
Yeah, like,
Okay. Okay. Because if she
they
hated her, she could just be like, "Hey,
but
Hannah's
my
gay,"
mom
and then that
told
kills her like that.
my aunt, who I think is supportive, and my aunt is closer to my grandma than my mom,
Mhm.
but so she may have said something to her, but I don't know. I mean, we know it just doesn't come up. I know my
Yeah,
sister and my brother know. Again, I didn't tell them, but they
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and so does my sister's husband, but yeah, and then my dad knows.
yeah, and we know his reaction from the
Yeah,
previous episodes where you've
which
mentioned it
is
before.
fine. He was just in shock, but my
He's in sh
stepmom was like, "Really? She was a tomboy all her life. She cut grass with you. She did all this stuff." I mean, that doesn't make you gay, but
No, that doesn't make you gay. You could just live on a farm.
they didn't know, but they're not shocked by it. Well,
Yeah,
my dad
yeah,
kind of was because he's a bit religious, but
yeah,
he says he supports me and he still loves me.
yeah,
So that's all I can ask for. That's better than
exactly.
most people get.
We'll see what ha yeah, exactly, and that is the thing I feel especially lucky for. Like, I'm not ungrateful
Yeah.
for figuring out who I am. I'm not ungrateful for, um, being accepted by the people that matter to me. Like, I don't give a fuck if you don't
Uh,
care if you have an issue with me, if you're not someone I care about. Like, I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
Have your opinion. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna have to bleep that. I said that a lot.
Fine.
But
But
yeah,
I agree with you, like, telling people at work, it's like some people you can, but, like, other people you have to, like, pick the people.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I didn't tell anyone for a long time. I just figured everybody knew. I had this flag hanging in my office.
yeah. But that's just
I
to be merch.
wore a rainbow lanyard with my ID badge on it. Um, and, like, there was another, like, gay guy, who was, like, the boss's son. So I hung out with him. Well, we didn't hang out all the time, but, like, I just thought he knew. And then like he asked me like I want to say either it's probably like 2 years ago now. He asked me one time when we were out. He's like, "Hey, are you gay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I thought you knew." I thought you already knew. I just figured you knew.
Like, I didn't say nothing because I figured you knew. And that is the thing, right? Is like my first job, the crowd that or the people that I worked with, and I was kind of in charge over them. I didn't say anything. I just kind of assumed, and I kind of just listened to their opinions because these were like older ladies. They're like 50s and 60s. So I kind of just said nothing, see how they interacted with other people, and I'd just be like, I don't need them in my business. Then I moved to my next job, uh, my post-COVID job, and
Mhm.
in my post-COVID job, they're a younger bunch, and I was just like, "Oh, you're definitely gay. You're definitely gay. You're definitely gay." So I feel safe here. So yes, I'm gay.
Like,
We're all gay.
let's talk about like having gaydar with Gen Z people. I feel like it doesn't exist
No,
because Gen
everybody's gay.
Z, well, and they're not, but they aren't gay. They just like they're just so
They just look gay.
no, I'm trying to say this the right way now. They just appear to be gay because they're so fashionable, but like they don't
Care.
appear straight. But they probably are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
I
They're
think
more I'm trying to say like there's a word I want to say and I can't think of it.
the best example of what you're talking about would be that artist Benson Boone.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen him? Yeah, you've seen him. Everybody's seen him. And he gives me such Freddie Mercury vibes, but allegedly, as far as we know, he is a straight man. He's a
Yeah, I
straight
would if
man
I had to guess, I
from
would have said he's gay.
yeah, yeah. I would have like looking at him, I'd be like, oh, he's gay. But apparently, he's a straight man from I don't know if he's from the cornfields or whatnot, that middle part of the states or whatever
Hey now,
cornfields.
the cornfields.
But like before he became famous, he just looked like any regular like farmer dude. And then now it's like he's expressing himself in this way.
That
And I don't know
wasn't.
if this is hmm?
Their expression is gay. That's what I was thinking. They're
Yeah,
expressing themselves gaily.
flamboyantly.
Flamboyant. They're
Yeah.
flamboyantly expressing themselves.
But I think but honestly, that's kind of refreshing because in the age of Andrew Tate and people just being like on this men need to be men, like what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like if people in Gen Z are comfortable enough in their gender, in their sexuality, in their masculinity and their femininity to express themselves in ways that we would consider opposite to their gender or opposite to their sexual orientation,
Mhm.
yo, go for it. I'm on board. I am with you. I support you. I'm confused. I would like a signal so I don't assume,
Signal. We need a signal, people.
but
Some sort of
grandpa
signal.
supports you. Grandpa supports
Grandpa.
you. Grandpa.
Part of me like wishes. Wait, let me before the
Yep.
millennials, the
Yep.
fellow millennials come at me.
Yep.
I like being a millennial because we grew up in a
We're the
time
gayest
where
generation.
we didn't have internet, and then we grew up where we do have
With
internet, so
mhm.
we have the best of both worlds, I feel like. However, I feel like in the Gen Z world, there's a lot more available to them. For example, women's sports. I would
Yeah.
have loved to see that there was a professional basketball opportunity, professional hockey opportunity. Like that would have been amazing when I was a kid. But
Rugby.
so that's the only thing I'm envious about, but I do like being a millennial too.
Yeah.
Although I wish I wasn't 38 years old.
Oh shit, we are 38. Holy fuck.
Bro.
Not me sitting here like, what do you mean? We're
What do
30.
you
Oh,
mean?
wait, 38.
Yeah, bruh.
Well, that
It's
explains the
fine.
joints creaking. Think, do you have like a awkward encounter when you had to like kind of decide to come out to somebody that you wouldn't necessarily ever come out to?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. I
I
know,
I
like,
had
at work, I may have, like, came out to, like, 2 people, maybe 3,
mhm.
but, like, my ass just assumes everybody knows, so that's why
Bad
I would
assumption
just like
apparently.
people to ask me.
So people, if you
Um,
see Hannah on the street, just ask her. I'll be wearing this shirt, which I hope is not mirrored so y'all can
nobody
see what it
knows I'm a
says.
lesbian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had this
I
shirt
just
since
need to start.
2015.
But, like, the thing is, like, I at work, I be wearing lesbian shit all the time or gay stuff all the time, and, like, still people say they didn't know. Maybe they're just
But I think
lying.
it's because your expression, as you said earlier, isn't as flamboyant,
Nah.
or it
I
doesn't
like to
swing one way or the other. You look very like neutral.
neutral.
Yeah, you look
I
neutral.
like to not I don't like to be, out there, whether I was gay or not. I prefer to not be the center of attention when I'm walking down a hallway, you know?
Mm.
Like, I wish I was a blur. Like, I wish I could blur myself out in real life. Like,
Okay.
I don't wanna run into people from high school at the grocery store, like, that's why I move quick.
Got that instinct. Getting old, but
I
still
map out my
no,
groceries before
bro.
I go.
That's gay walking though. Like
Okay, walking.
every gay person I know moves fast. I don't care how old you are. We just
I don't know, you're
move. Like,
not
why
very
are we in
fast.
a rush? People just move fast. But I think for me, I did have an awkward situation where, like, I had to go to the doctor for something. I had to get a checkup,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like, "Are you sexually active?" Yes. Any chance you might be pregnant? No.
Are
And he
you
looked at
sure?
me. He's like, "Are you sure?" Uh, yes. He's like, "So you're using protection?" Sure.
Yeah, I'm supposed to ask that, bro.
Or
Yeah,
people
I'm
don't give a
using
fuck about the
protection.
rules.
It's called lesbianism.
And like
I had to do that too.
one time I was on the bus to work. This is when I didn't drive yet. I was on the bus to work. I hadn't eaten or something. My sugar dropped, right? And the bus driver was nice enough to drop me off at the first aid station. It's funny, you just see this bus just driving into like the ER. Like they get me off of the bus, get me into the ER and everything. And like one of the ladies on the bus had given me some candy, so my sugar was getting back up. And I get into the doctor, and then they're like, "Okay, we have to do this test and that test. Like, you don't have diabetes, blah blah." I'm like, "No, I don't have diabetes." They're like, "Well, okay, could you be pregnant?" I'm like, "No." And then like, "Okay, but we're still gonna run a pregnancy test to be safe." And I'm like, "Really, really?" But I was not at my gayest stage yet,
Yeah.
so
I actually had the same encounter actually when I'm ashamed to admit this, but I don't like going to the gynecologist and I haven't been there a lot. Okay?
I don't think I've
It's
ever been
fine.
to a gynecologist.
Okay, then I feel better.
Wow.
But anyways, I when I went to a new one, it was a woman
Mhm.
and like she took me in her office, she asked me all these questions and asked me if I'm sexually active. And I said, "Not with men." She's like, "Okay."
Yo, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna start using that because I have to. I have my doctor retired, so now I have to go to a new doctor.
Yeah,
So I'm
get a
going
woman.
to
I
have
feel
this
better with a
conversation.
woman.
I think it's a woman. I'm not
That's good.
sure. So
One I had an
I
old
do.
man. Did I told you about the first encounter? Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh. I think I have told you. You might remember. But so it was when I was like at my first job. I was probably 18, 19, 20, something like that. And there were these nurses that came in all the time. And they were just so difficult. They always wanted to, they, for whatever reason, we didn't split checks. So they all had to pay separate. I had to like subtract everything, add everything up for each person. One would always pay with a check, and if the check number wasn't over 100, we wouldn't accept it because usually they would bounce.
Yeah.
So this one lady like pays with a check. I'm like, we don't accept this, like, because it's not over 100. And she's like, talk to the owner. He'll accept it. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna take it. And then she like when she's like, you could say thank you. I'm like, for what? But anyway, we had a little interaction. Like down the road, I go to my first gynecologist, and it's this bitch looking in my vagina. How fucking awkward is that, dude? And like
Hey,
she
Dr.
knew because
Bitch.
they came in there all the time. So she knew me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
And then
feel
she's
like I
like,
saw a little smirk on her face. I don't know.
the minute she took that
I
speculum out,
never
you
went
knew.
back.
She was like,
I was like, oh fuck. It was the most fucking awkward thing I've ever done in my life. I didn't go to the guy. I didn't go back to her, but I didn't go to a gynecologist for years after that. So disturbed.
I could
Oh my
imagine.
god, that was rough.
And like, just thinking about it because like I had to fill out a bunch of insurance paperwork and HR forms. And I'm just here thinking, right? Because most of these forms assume that you are straight or that you have a straight partner or you have a
Yeah,
husband, wife, whatever.
yeah.
And I'm like, so I fill these papers out. I don't have a spouse, but then it got me thinking, right? Because technically, gay marriage is recognized here, but it's not legal. There's some kind of weird framework. So I'm like sitting there, I'm thinking about this paperwork, and I'm like, how do I fill this out when I'm married? Like, do I just put my wife's name in the? Because it doesn't. I think it says spouse. I'm pretty sure it says spouse.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I just put my wife in. Like, is this legal? Like, is she going to still get all of the things that would come to me if something should happen to me and I pass away from work? Or like,
Yeah.
how how does that work?
I
And
don't
I
know.
know like my employer is an equal opportunity employer. You know, they're a big Fortune 500 company, so they have their DI policies in place and
But
all that stuff.
doesn't like local laws take over from that?
That's my wondering. That's like my
Yeah.
concern. That's like something I feel like I need to look into, but then it's
Mm.
like I got to go to some government office and be like, "Hey, I'm gay. How does this work?" You know what I mean?
Well, I guess you would just ask like how does same-sex marriage benefits work
Yeah.
if
Like
they
is it
do?
the same? Because all like I know a lot of same-sex couple and they've been together 5, 10, 15, 20 years, but they haven't necessarily been married. I think the one guy that was married, that was
Well,
like
is
a
it
passport
legal?
marriage. It's legally recognized, but it is not you can't get married as a gay person in
You
Aruba.
can't like sign a license.
Exactly. You
Okay.
can get a civil union, you can do that,
Uh,
but if you want to get specifically married, you basically have to go somewhere else in order to get married, and then you can come here and that will then and then you can give in your marriage license to the government and they'll
hmm.
recognize that this person is your legal spouse. But I'm
Guess I've
not
never.
sure.
Yeah, that I don't know. That's kind of.
Yeah, I don't know how that works with like
There's a
hospitals and
lot of
stuff or
this
like do
going
I need to
on.
yeah, it's
Like
like do I need to fill in like certain forms so that they have power of attorney if I get sick, like what happens? Like all that
yeah,
stuff. That's more stuff you have to consider as a gay person that you
yeah,
really don't have to consider as a straight
straight
person.
person. Yeah,
And I'm
and
just like,
I've never even looked into it because fortunately the state I live in um legalized gay marriage, so I think like all benefits and everything would apply. But then again, like I think my company, like, accepts it too, but whatever. Um, but, like, yeah, states that don't have marriage well,
I
wait.
mean, it's federally legal
Yeah,
in
it's
the US
federally legal, but they're trying
for
to
now.
yeah, for now. So, yeah, now I guess it is, like, benefits would apply to your spouse no matter
Benefits,
what.
taxes, and
Yeah.
whatever.
Speaking of taxes, oh my god. Anyways.
Yeah. And then there's, like, there's taxes, there's kids, there's
Oh
adoption
my
for
god.
those of us that want those
Us?
things. Not us.
Okay.
Us, the
Those of us
community, not
gays. Okay.
us.
It's okay if you want kids. I'm just not babysitting.
You'd love
I
my kids.
babysit my NetSuite or my net.
You
I just
babysit your nephews.
I just set a POS system like, instead of nephews. Like, eh.
I think the legal ramifications, and I think that people that aren't in this situation, they don't have to think about that, and that kinda sucks, because I wish it was like in the TV shows and movies where you come out, everybody knows, and then you're just gay, and everybody lives happily ever after, and you never have to come out again, and it's kind of why I like sci-fi so much, because in that world, it's like,
Doesn't
they don't
matter.
even yeah, it doesn't matter, nobody
Yeah.
bats an eye.
Yeah,
"Hey,
no.
you sleeping with this one? Okay, cool, whatever." Unless, like, they're trying to steal your partner, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and something, like, I have thought about in the past is, I understand, like, we wanna categorize, like, books as sapphic because, it's a category for us, but,
Mm.
like, also, can we just make a regular book that has gay people in it and not
Yeah,
call it sapphic?
yeah,
Like, it's just a regular book that anyone could get off the shelf, and then they start reading it and there's lesbians in there. They're like, "Oh."
yeah, and cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I
people need to be educated. Let's not call
do
it
you?
sapphic so that people
Yeah,
are like, "Oh, this is a sapphic novel, it's not for me." Just put it in a
yeah.
regular novel.
I
Don't call it
read
sapphic.
I saw a video from that guy who does the, subway interviews. Like, he has a subway ticket, and he does the interviews in the subway with people, and this woman, she said that men should read romance novels to learn about women, like, because they're all on these podcasts, and they're
Yeah.
doing all this podcast like, these dude bro podcast shows with these guys who are like, "Oh, I get stacks of girls, and I got tons of money," but all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want to get a woman, read a fucking book. Read a book that a woman would read so that kind of you have ideas, 'cause these books are most likely written by women
Yeah.
who want to be romanced, and then you get an idea.
I
And
still
I
don't
feel
think
like
they're
that
gonna understand.
no, I mean, if
I
they're
will say
trying. If
there
they're
are
trying.
some men out there that,
Yeah, we
get
know some
it.
good men. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know a good man. Do you think that we'll ever reach a point in society, maybe when the boomers die off, that people would stop defaulting to everybody straight?
Not in our lifetime, but maybe. Not in our lifetime. I don't think we will see much change in our lifetime, unfortunately. Um, but I hope for the sake of, people that are
Humanity?
younger than us and humanity and the world that
Mm.
something yeah.
Before before the heat death of the world, I would like
Yeah.
the
Which could
default.
be sooner than we think.
Mm.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
based on the book I'm reading, it could be real soon.
I try not to read things like that because, it's just especially
It's
when
not a
people
doomsday
talk
book.
about the super volcanoes. I'm like, "Bro." I'm like, "Dude, don't say
No, but
that. Apparently,
I
there's one under where I live."
yeah.
Like,
And
"Dude."
Yosemite is also a super volcano. It just
Yeah,
hasn't, you know, had a big
I
one.
know.
I would just like to be able to go anywhere and not have to have essentially I don't know if you've seen that movie Green Book, but it's
Yes.
basically yeah, so like you get the concept. Like a place of safe space places to go for people, certain
Mhm.
people. And I would just like the world to be safe for everybody to go everywhere and just be
Yeah.
themselves, be with the person they want to be with, and not be judged.
Yeah.
Although if there's a massive age gap, I will judge you. 'Cause that
Only if it's an older man with a younger woman, though.
it's a little bit pedo-ish.
I'm just kidding. Kind of. Um, yeah, and also the problem is the boomers have kids that agree with their beliefs
Yeah.
who will take
Especially in
that
those
to the grave.
small towns.
Small towns, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't think there's ever, if you look back at all eras of life, all eras.
You're just in Taylor Swift my brain now.
I know. I got her shirt on. It's like
Yeah. I
I
think
can't
I
stop
think
thinking about it.
though that
There's
I feel
what
I
I'm
feel
wait. Let me say this.
mm,
What I'm trying to say is like if you look back, like you're never gonna have peace throughout the entirety of the world. There's always gonna be something someone's fighting for. Oil, s- anything, coffee beans
I love how we're fighting for resources
that
instead
we
of
can
just
just share.
sharing. We could just share.
Yes.
We literally could just
It's
share.
because everyone wants to make their own money and make more.
Again, money is the
But
fakest concept I've ever. Anyways, won't get into that.
listen, wait
Won't get into
now.
that.
It's just like for the sake of humanity in the future, I wish things will get better in the way where everyone's equal and everyone's accepted. But as far as having peace and I don't know. I just don't see how that could happen in a lifetime. But
Yeah.
I hope it happens.
Maybe
I'll
maybe
be a ghost when it does. I'll be like, "Hey,
we'll be mummies.
look at that.
Maybe
There's two
maybe they'll
gay
figure out a way
girls
to
kissing on
maybe
TV every night."
ever that. Was heat or rivalry, but for girls.
For girls, and it's on
Yo, we gotta
primetime
talk about
TV.
that. We gotta talk about that.
Oh yeah, we will one day.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Soon,
If
hopefully.
y'all haven't seen Heated Rivalry, go watch it. I know it's 2 gay men. I don't have a problem with it, but it's hard for me to watch sometimes as a gay woman.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
understand gay women like that too. I don't not like it. Sometimes
I
it's hard for me.
I like the show, but I have as someone who has consumed so much lesbian media and seen and as someone who has survived the 2016 to like 2018 bury your lesbians era, it kind of is difficult to watch heated rivalry and we'll get into it.
But
We
it's
haven't
good.
finished.
It is
It
good.
is
You guys
good.
should watch it.
It's good. And we have some strong opinions, but
Sometimes you
we
just
will
gotta
share those
close your
opinions.
eyes like an 11-year-old.
You
I
gotta
do
close
like.
your
Have
eyes.
you ever seen A League of Their Own? Not the movie, the show.
Oh, I've seen the movie. I haven't seen the show.
It's got lesbians in it. It's good.
Is it still on?
I don't know. I don't think there's a new season. I think it's just the first season that's out. I don't know if they're doing another season either.
I think they got canceled.
It's on Prime, I think.
No, I gotta check. I don't watch a lot on Prime.
It's not bad. There's a lot of like, oh my god, just do it already.
That, but that is my issue, and we're gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
But this is my issue with lesbian shows. We have to wait 15
There's like
seasons.
There's like
for them to
one fucking
kiss.
scene
Yes, there's
of what we actually want to see.
like, as someone who watched the 100, we had to wait 3 seasons for a kiss, for them to fuck, and then Lexa died immediately after by a fucking stray
Just
bullet.
spoiled for everyone. that hasn't watched it. I'm never gonna watch
It's
it.
been
I
8
tried.
years.
I tried. I've gotten through like episode 5, and I can't. I don't know
It
what's
picks
wrong
up.
with me in
It
that
picks up.
show, but I can't
No,
get it. I
no,
can't get
it's
on
fine.
it.
It's fine. It's either you like it or you don't. But
Yep.
it's we'll talk about it in another episode because I have a lot of feelings about Heated Rivalry, and I have a lot of feelings about the 100 and all these other queer shows that I watched during that time. So we we'll talk about that then.
I want to know what y'all think. Well, what y'all's experience is. Texas is coming out.
Yeehaw.
What y'all's experience is with. You don't have to tell your coming out story if you want to. You can. But coming out to new people in your lives, like, do you just do it at the beginning? Like, hey, by the way, I'm gay. I don't think I could do that.
But is your hairstyle or your general aura doing the heavy lifting? Like, do you
Yeah,
walk into a
mine ain't.
room and a rainbow lights up behind
I feel
you?
like you do.
Or
I feel like you, yeah.
yeah, now
Now, yeah.
now I do. Like this,
You're like Gen
this
Z in this
came.
shit.
I'm Gen Z in this bitch. Yeah, I got some aura. 6'7".
Oh, God. Oh, no.
No, cool points went down the window. But this took time because it took acceptance. It took coming out. It took having a lot of conversations with myself for me to even change my personal style. And it's not easy because I'll walk in. I've had the experience where I've walked into a a women's bathroom and had somebody come in, look at me, they step back out, look at the door to make sure that
Oh,
they haven't
no.
entered the wrong bathroom.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, like,
It's fine.
it's not fine. I mean, I understand the
Yeah.
confusion. Like, I understand the confusion. And I mean, I had one friend of mine who is non-binary, and they were kind of jealous, not at that incident, but we had another incident because me and them were walking through, like, we were in Seattle, and I think like my scarf had fallen, and this guy came back and he handed me the scarf and he's like, "Here you go, sir." And my friend was jealous of that. Like, I wish I had that level of ambiguity.
Yeah.
Like, because if I'm in a tank top, you're gonna notice the girl.
Yeah.
But if I'm like in layers, you just think I'm a really feminine looking boy. So,
I
I
just want to
mean,
be considered I don't really care what.
you don't want
I
to be
don't want to
perceived.
look like a stud. I don't want to look like this or that. I don't
Well,
want to look
technically, you can't be
feminine.
a stud.
I a stem. I stem.
You mean a butch?
A stem,
Damn. Okay.
which is a tomboy kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I'm just a tomboy. That's just
Yeah.
what I am.
You're
I've always
a
said I
long-haired
was a
tomboy.
tomboy, even before I
Mm.
thought I was gay or knew I was gay. But anyway, I
But
remember
for
when
me,
I was in
yeah,
4th grade, I had a short haircut.
haircut.
I went to the
Oh,
store with my
I've seen
mom,
that picture.
and the cashier was like, "Thanks, bud." I'm like, "Mom, who thinks I'm a boy?" So I don't really want to be considered a boy, and I mean, I don't think anyone would mistake me as a boy right now.
No.
But and I don't want to be considered straight. So
Yeah.
it's like, and I don't want to put myself out there. Like, I just want to be who I am and be gay. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that people have an idea, and we'll discuss it in another episode, but I feel like a lot of people have an idea of how you should look or how you should express yourself if you're gay, or how
Hmm.
you like if you're going to be a lesbian, how you should look. And I think and I think that puts a lot of social pressure on other people to feel like they have to fit into that box. And honestly, you don't. you just need to be yourself.
Yeah.
However makes you comfortable. Like, I know I'm not comfortable in skirts and this and that, but it doesn't mean I'm not comfortable wearing pink. I love wearing pink. I look fabulous in pink. So you have to find your own personal style. And I think like I've found my balance and my style. And granted to the people that mistook me for a guy, my hair was a lot shorter than it is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had like the whole like bouffant like buzz on the
Yeah.
sides. So
Yeah.
it was difficult, and I was wearing layers. Well, in Seattle, I was wearing layers. In New York, I was in the bathroom getting paid. So you should have known, lady, I got titties. But anyways,
Well,
anyways,
she could have thought that you were transitioning.
true, true. But she
Still, you would have
literally,
been in the right bathroom.
yeah, she literally opened the door and was like, "Okay." I mean, like, I'm glad that that was the encounter and it wasn't something negative. Like, she didn't go full Karen,
Yeah.
but it was interesting. I've never
Yeah.
experienced that before, but it was interesting. So I think my final thoughts on this whole situation is that I really want to live in a world where you don't
Doesn't matter.
have to continue to come out. You can just live your life and
Yeah.
nobody's batting an eyelash if you're holding hands with a girl or a boy.
It is harder if you don't look gay
Yeah.
to find other
Yeah.
people that are gay. But yeah, whatever.
And
But
tell us in the
anyways,
comments, do you look gay? Do
do you
we look
think
gay?
I already know that answer. God, I'm trying to look more gay, people, but like but not coming too far out of my comfort zone. Like I know what clothes like I feel comfortable in and like I know my limits and
Okay.
like my boundaries of where what I would wear and what I wouldn't wear. Like I'm not gonna wear makeup all the time. Well, I don't wear makeup, let's be honest. But like that's just what I'm comfortable with. I really don't even want to shave my legs half the time. But
Bro, same.
I wish that was never a thing. Like who
Yo,
fucking started shaving legs, damn it.
I got some fuzz right now. I'm just like, oh, this is nice. This is nice.
Oh god. All right. Well, yeah. Please put your comments in the comment section
Yes.
on what you think about this episode, and if you think if you have to have come out all the time, what are your lines? I would like to know.
What are your
How do you
boundaries as
bring it
well?
up? Like, hey,
How do
coworker,
you
just so you know, I'm
determine?
gay.
Yeah, but
Like,
how
how
do
do you
you
say it?
determine? But also, how do you determine who you're going to and who you're not going to come
Yeah.
out? Like, what are your red
I
flag,
mean, the
green
vibe's got to
flags?
be there for
Yeah,
sure. You got to
yeah,
feel
for
them
sure.
out.
You got to give people like at least a month to like suss them out.
The only time I do actually like come out and say like, "Hey, I'm gay," just so you know I'm gay, is when I have a crush on someone, even though I know they're straight.
Mm, mm, okay, okay,
And
okay.
then
Or you
they
assume
stop
they're
talking.
straight.
And then they stop talking.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Okay.
but yes, leave your comments if you are also tired of coming out. Let us know. Let us know your most awkward coming out too. Was it the mailman?
Mailman.
Hey, it could be the mailman, it could be the UPS guy. You don't
I
know.
get. Oh, okay.
So let us know. And if you enjoyed this episode, you can check out the full playlist here or here or here or here. I
Somewhere
don't
on the
know.
screen. We
Somewhere on
don't
the
know
screen.
anymore. We don't even know how to
Exactly.
scissor anymore.
Exactly. Well,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we'll be back
Subscribe,
again next
please.
week. Yes, subscribe.
All right.
Subscribe for more.
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. We're pretty funny. All right. Let's scissor out. I forget which way to go.
It's the right hand. Right hand. Right hand. All right. Scissoring out. We got it.
Yeah,
All right.
yes. Bye.
Bye.